My name is Mike Blaze. I'm the president of the Canadian Veterans Advocacy. The Canadian Veterans Advocacy is a modern-day organization founded on the precepts of addressing the severe consequences and profound injustice of the new Veterans Charter. On November 5th of 2011, the Canadian Veterans Advocacy will be encouraging all Canadians to join with veterans and patriots as we redress the profound hardships that have been a consequence of the new Veterans Charter. Our veterans have experienced severe hardships, and as such, we are encouraging our politicians to address this issue with all due haste. The consequences of the new Veterans Charter have been profound. Our most vulnerable of veterans have been exposed to a financial shortfall that has resulted in a minimum award of $40,000 per year through Bill C-55's enhancements. This tells us that our government is not listening to our voices, that they are not hearing the cries of those who have been wounded, that they are not hearing the profound frustration that their wives and families are experiencing as a consequence of the substandard treatment they have been provided through the new Veterans Charter. On November 5th this year, you can make a difference. On November 5th this year, you can stand beside our wounded warriors and veterans who believe there should only be one standard of care for all veterans, and that standard was established through valor and great sacrifice at Ortona, at Juno, at Capion, at Koansong, at Hill 187, during the Gulf War, on a dozen bloody peacekeeping missions, former Yugoslavia, and in Afghanistan prior to 2006. It is fundamentally unfair that veterans who have offered sacrifice upon this nation during this era would be treated much, much better than those who serve in Afghanistan since 2006. The consequences of the Afghanistan war have been profound upon this nation. We have suffered 157 casualties to date, deaths of Canada's sons and daughters, deaths that affect families of wives, mothers, fathers, children. Thousands have been wounded, many who are subject to the profound inadequacies of the new Veterans Charter. These are who we stand for. We stand for the living, those who have suffered greatly on behalf of this nation due to our commitment to the freedom of the people of Afghanistan. We cannot abandon them now in their time of need. On November 5th, look into your heart. Ask yourself, what is a Canadian patriot? I would suggest to you that a Canadian patriot is one who stands up for the most profound values of our nation, who stands up for those who stand on guard for thee, to be their voice when they have no voice, to stand to ensure that the treatment and care that they receive, should they be wounded in war and peace, is not subject to arbitrary budgetary restraints. On November 5th, stand beside Canadian veterans as we stand on guard for thee. There is no more patriotic value, no more definition of standing for one's nation than to stand for a person who has lost his legs, perhaps has lost his arms, his sight has been grossly disfigured on behalf of our nation. It's time to answer the patriot's call. It's time to stand up and be counted. On November 5th, add your voice to ours. Be a patriot. Walk the walk.